In the world of hip-hop, beefs between artists have almost become as legendary as the music itself. From the early days of the genre, hip-hop beefs have been a source of controversy, excitement, and drama, capturing the attention of fans and the media. With some of the most notorious beefs of Tupac and Biggie, Jay-Z and Nas, and 50 Cent vs. Ja Rule. Now, the beef between Drake and Meek Mill started in 2015 over the most pettiest thing. As Meek Mill was mad that Drake didn't retweet his album, Dreams Worth More Than Money, on Twitter when it was released. Meek took his frustration to Twitter to expose Drake for having a ghostwriter, Quentin Miller, who was a major contribution to the songs on his If You're Reading This Too Late album and the song Rico. Stop comparing me to Drake too. He don't write his own raps. That's why he ain't tweet my album, because we found out. He ain't even write that verse on my album, and if I would've knew, I would've took it off my album. I don't trick my fans, lol. At the time, the idea of a rapper like Drake using a ghostwriter was seen as the ultimate betrayal of the art form. In hip-hop, lyrics are everything, so the idea that a rapper would hire someone to write lyrics for them was seen as the ultimate violation of the unwritten code of hip-hop. To be fair though, Quentin Miller was listed as a songwriter on the writing credits for Rico, so technically, he wasn't a ghostwriter. On multiple songs and If You're Reading This Is Too Late, Miller's credited specifically on the songs Legend, 10 Bands, Know Yourself, No Tellin', and Used To, as the collaborative efforts were not kept a secret in any way. It was actually OG Macko, an Atlanta rapper, who outed Quentin Miller to Meek Mill, identifying him as Drake's ghostwriter. Now, OVO 40, Drake's producer, came to his defense explaining how Quentin Miller did write and contribute to Drake's songs. No one could question my involvement in Drake's career. We've come a long way together. So let me start by putting something into perspective. I can't count the hours that myself and Drake have spent writing, producing, and recording music. Let's just say 5,000 hours. I've spent maybe 30 minutes in studio with Q. Nice enough guy, very talented. If you're asking if he contributed to If You're Reading This, yes he did. You can also see that by reading the credits. This heated beef between Drake, the King of Toronto, and Meek Mill, a rising star in Philly, trapped Quentin Miller in between the crossfire. This beef was picked up and widely covered by radio stations such as Hot 97 and Power 105's Breakfast Club, with Funkmaster Flex of Hot 97 being allegedly sent a reference track for Drake's 10 Bands. Now, for those of you who don't know, a reference track is a pre-existing song or instrumental used to aid the creative process of writing the song, essentially helping artists achieve a specific sound or a style they're trying to emulate. Originally, Miller denied being a ghostwriter, but as the incident escalated, he finally came clean. On July 25, 2015, Drake gave Meek Mill a heat check with his first diss, Charged Up, on his OVO Beat Sound radio. During this time, Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj were the rap couple front and center in the media, and as you can assume, with Drake being close to Nicki from the Cash Money days, this was a weird situation. On the song Charged Up, Drake hit Meek Mill with the Legos, a subliminal diss saying, "No woman has ever had me starstruck, or was ever able to tell me, get my bars up." Meek Mill basically responded to that song with a simple tweet, "I can tell you wrote that one." Shortly after, Funk Flex said he had a Drake diss record that he was going to put on the radio. However, he never got anything from Meek. When Flex failed to play a Drake diss for Meek Mill, many viewed him as a liar. Now, Ebro from Hot 97 began to defend his radio-made Flex and threw shots to Charlamagne and the whole Breakfast Club, as there was a New York City radio station war going on.
We specifically were told that Meek had something for Flex last night, and we waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. And now, y'all could go as hard as y'all want to go at Flex. We've been through many wars here at Hot 97 before. Nobody is afraid of y'all. Matter of fact, yo, Breakfast Club, I'm going to deal with you later. Because your whole existence is based on coming on Hot 97 and talking about people here. Your entire existence. And I don't care how much money iHeart puts behind y'all or how many random markets you in. I don't want to be in Boca Luca, Mississippi, my G.
Yeah, Boca
That's
Luca's
not what I want to do with my career. And you can do that, and I respect that. Get your money. I'm going to deal with y'all later. We're going to talk about Meek Mill right now.
Following this, Drake released arguably the best diss track of the 2010s, back to back. This track was an exposure of everything, from Meek Mill's relationship with Nicki Minaj, him being on her Pink Print tour, and at the time, and still right now, Nicki Minaj is a bigger artist than Meek Mill, and Drake shouted out Charlamagne the God and A.R.A.B. "You gon' make me step out of my effing frame. You gon' make me buy bottles for Charlamagne. You gon' make me go out of my effing way. I waited 4 days, nigga, where y'all at? I drove here in the rape playing A.R.A.B. I'm not sure what it was that really made y'all mad, but I guess this is what I gotta do to make y'all rap. I mean, whoa. Can't fool the city, man, they know what's up. Second floor, Tucci's getting a shoulder rub. This for y'all to think that I don't write enough. They just mad cause I got the Midas touch. Your lover, they ain't gotta get a world tour. Is that a world tour or a girls tour? I know that you gotta be a thug for her. This ain't what she meant when she told you to open up more. Yeah, trigger fingers to the Twitter fingers. Yeah, you getting bodied by a singing nigga. I'm not the type of niggas that'll type of niggas. And shout out to my boss, bitches, wife, and niggas. When Drake released his song, Meek Mill is officially property of Aubrey Drake Graham. This song hit the streets and it was over for Meek Mill. Not only did Drake create a diss track, he created a club banger which got nominated for the best rap performance at the 2016 Grammys. In response to Drake's back-to-back, Meek Mill released Wanna Know. Many fans and critics felt like it didn't live up to the hype of the ongoing feud with Drake, as Wanna Know was poorly executed and lacked the same level of intensity, wit, and wordplay as back-to-back. In the song, he sampled the WWE wrestler Undertaker's intro, Graveyard Symphony. The cover art was photoshopped of Drake on Fat Morvan from the group Milli Vanilli, with a ghost on the top right, referencing the Ghostwriter secret. Breakfast Club radio host Charlamagne the God had everything to say about the situation.
Honestly, after seeing how Aubrey Graham is clearly 3 steps ahead of everybody, he probably didn't tweet your album because he knew this was coming. Because for you, Meek, to flip the way you did over a tweet, even though we know it has to be a deeper issue, clearly you never liked Aubrey Graham anyway, and he probably knew that. Now, let's just get to it. Meek Mill, that diss record you put out last night was garbage, bruh. Okay, yes, I know you wanted to get right back at Drake, but if I thought for 1 second that record you put out last night was the best you could do, I would have told you, chill, bruh. Where was Kevin Hart to be your no man? You needed a no man around you last night. You needed a no man to say no. Don't put that out. What are you doing? That's not it. This guy Drake was so well calculated, down to the artwork. For back-to-back. He had Toronto Blue Jay Joe Carter hitting a home run in the World Series against the Philadelphia Flyers. He strategically released the record on a day that Toronto played Philly in baseball. He put my name in the record, said he was going to buy me bottles, and actually sent me 6 bottles. Drake repositioned you and Nicki's relationship. Now people are running around saying, Nicki wifed Meek. They got the memes with you in a wedding dress as the bride. Nicki is the groom. My brother Aubrey Graham made you look crazy. And that's what you're supposed to do in a rap battle. Make your opponent look crazy. It's just playing the dozens to the beat. That's all it is. And clearly, Drake is funnier than you because we laughed. Oh, we laughed at your expense. But when I heard that diss record last night, I cried.
Reportedly during this beef, DJ Drama and Meek Mill wanted to quit Mill to write for Meek, as Meek Mill offered him $15K on 2 occasions, but he declined out of loyalty to Drake. DJ Drama, someone that Miller was close to at the time, was very upset they didn't want to write for Meek, given how close they were. The beef between Drake and Meek Mill continued to escalate when Drake dissed him on 30 for 30. The pen is working. If you niggas need some ghost lines, I thought you wanted yours like I want mine. I guess you're just making moves on your own time. But just know, I'll be in January in no time. And your absence is concerning. It's like going on vacation with no plan on returning. Shit is purely for sport. I need a 30 for 30. Referring to the ESPN 30 for 30 documentary that they make for athletes. Talk about kicking a man when he's already down. On another song, The Plug, from Drake's collaborative album What a Time to Be Alive with Future, he made a reference to Summer P. It ain't really no thing, I got Summer P in this thing. Now for clarification, Summer P is the ex-wife of DJ Drama, alleging that Drake may have been sleeping with Drama's ex-wife. I'm pretty sure you can understand how this would reignite the beef between him and Meek Mill. I mentioned before that Funk Flex got a reference track exposing Drake's song that was actually sent to him by DJ Drama. Some may say that Drake sleeping with this girl, then mentioning the song, was payback for Drama leaking the reference track. In the summer of 2016, DJ Khaled released his album Major Keys, and on the song I'm Free, featuring Drake, Drake simply mentioned being with Drama's girl. Last year I had Drama Girl, not right now. This was a double entendre that went over many people's heads, as on one hand, he's talking about the Meek Mill drama that went on last year, and on the other hand, he's talking about being with DJ Drama's girl, that's why he said I had Drama Girl, not right now. 7 months prior to the DJ Khaled record, Meek Mill tried to seek vengeance by releasing his EP 4 for 4, but it was too late as damage has already been done. The 4-song EP had songs like FBH, Pray For Him, Give Him Hope, and I'm the Plug Freestyle. I'm the Plug was another failed attempt by Meek to diss Drake and have his get back. He rapped using the same cadence of Drake's song Jumpman that responded to back to back. Jumpman, 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 ain't nobody tell you to say what you want, man. And then proceeds to respond to the Drake bar that questioned the status of his rap career. Was that my girls tour or the world tour? I don't know what you wussy niggas going for. This that 100K night when he performed tour. Swimming that good wussy while you on tour. A month after, Drake hit Meek Mill with the Toronto Summer Anthem, Summer 16. Classic bars like, looking for revenge, all summer 16, playing dirty, not clean. Drake went buck wild. I'm just a sicko, a real sicko when you get to know me, nigga. Out to this record drop, you was staying right below me, nigga. You must have played 100 times, you was going to bed. Why would I put on a vest if I expect you to aim for the head? I could have killed you the first time. You don't have to try and say it loud, nigga, trust me, I heard you the first time. Extrapolating from all the stories and events that heighten this beef, nobody's talking about Quentin Miller, the innocent producer, caught between the Drake lyrical assassination of Meek Mill, as Quentin is behind some of Drake's biggest hits during that time, basically an accessory to lyrical murder. Meek Mill is a personal vendetta against QM, as he declined to write for him against Drake on multiple occasions. Shortly after this, Meek Mill actually happened to catch Quentin Miller lacking in LA at a Nike store in 2017, and after almost a 2-year battle between Drake, he finally caught the mastermind behind it all, and let's just say, QM felt his pain.
Yeah, it's true. They caught me, we was in LA, I was walking to the Nike store, and he approached me, and this was really my first time really talking with me, and basically told me like, he didn't appreciate the letter that I dropped, and it made him seem like he was a liar or whatnot, and they fucking stole off on me in the Nike store and ran. I shed blood in the Nike store on Wilshire. I shed blood in the Nike store.
In this situation, we have Meek Mill bringing all the street negative energy to suburban producer who wasn't even a street nigga. It was said that Nicki Minaj was unfortunate night in the beef, as although Drake was her close friend from the Young Money Cash Money days, Meek was her man, so she encouraged him to violate QM over this ghostwriting incident. Looking back at it, it appears that QM was more loyal to Drake than Drake was to him, as QM viewed Drake as a partner and collaborator, while Drake viewed QM as a expendable producer and songwriter who was useful during this beef. However, once it was over, he was getting the boot. Prior to this beef, Drake wasn't fully respected as a rapper. He was a childhood actor on Degrassi, and nobody gave him a chance as he wanted to switch career paths and become an artist, until Lil Wayne from Cash Money took a chance on him, signing him to Young Money, the subsidiary of Birdman's Cash Money Records, in 2009. For fans watching this beef based on street credibility and who was tougher, Drake was underdog from the beginning. He shocked everyone when he released If You're Reading This It's Too Late and Rico, and Meek Mill was hating from the jump. As if a single tweet on social media can cause you to switch on Drake, you probably never liked him from the start. I was waiting for an incident where you can call him out. The beef began to cool down as Drake was a clear winner. Other than Drake, everyone took a loss, but nobody took a loss as big as Quentin Miller. Quentin Miller never got a penny for any of the songs he wrote for Drake, as Quentin signed the worst publishing deal with Tricky Stewart, the record label owner of Red Zone Entertainment. As explained by QM, Tricky trapped him in a horrible publishing deal since 2011 that ended in 2020. So not only did QM endure public humiliation such as the Meek Mill run-in, he also made no money from his key contributions to If You're Reading This It's Too Late. Oftentimes when we hear about artists being trapped into bad deals, we're getting the same thing can happen to producers. Miller was responsible for Rico, No Tellin', 0 to 100, all smash hits, and never received any financial compensation. On top of that, while refusing to write for Meek Mill, he was jumped by his entourage. And if the situation couldn't get any worse, Quentin was in a serious car accident that led to him losing his leg. After going through a bit of depression from all these events, and of course life itself, Miller had an intent to use his Xanax pills at the time, and on the day he was driving, he had a seizure that led to him crashing into a tree. Miller explained how the doctor tried to save his leg, but the cells had died, and the amputation was the only way to move forward. When you talk about someone who's caught in the middle of a beef, who became a casualty of war, Quentin Miller fits the description, as his loyalty to Drake was never reciprocated. In 2017, Meek Mill was sentenced to 2 to 4 years in prison for violating probation from a 2008 gun and drug conviction. Many people believe the sentencing was extremely harsh, calling for criminal justice reform. During this time, Drake had buried the hatchet with Meek Mill and saw a fan repping a Free Meek Mill t-shirt at a concert and told the world to free Meek Mill. The support of Drake to his arch enemy at the time was extremely confusing, however understandable, as you don't wish jail on no one. The love and respect of Drake reached Meek Mill, and after being released from prison after 5 months, he squashed his beef with Drake, as Drake brought Meek out to a concert in Boston in September of 2018. The reconciliation was finally sealed 2 months after, when Drake topped on the song Going Bad, a Meek Mill's championship album, and the union of them created a hit record. Something that wasn't so common, as beefs in hip-hop usually resolve with the person in control being the peacemaker. This was plastered all over social media, and Quentin Miller had to see Drake, a close collaborative partner, being friends with Meek Mill, the person that super violated him in LA. For QM was viewed as the ultimate betrayal by Drake, as he put himself on the line being Team Drake and not work with Meek, but lo and behold we have Drake making peace with the enemy. On February 5th, 2020, people celebrate the 5-year anniversary of If You're Reading This It's Too Late, and although this was a milestone for Drake and others, this wasn't a mutual feeling for Quentin Miller, as he had a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that turned out to be the most bittersweet moment of his life.
You know, a lot of people have been congratulating me and sending me messages and shit about the 5-year anniversary of If You're Reading This and shit. And, you know, I look on socials and I see, like, producers and, you know, other people that were involved with the artists, and they get to talk about how proud they are of the shit, you know. And, you know, it's different for me. It's pretty much taboo for me to even talk about it. You know, I pretty much try to act like it don't even exist. The biggest project of my entire career, right? And that's pretty strange, but unfortunately, you know, I don't have the good memories about it that everybody has. You know, my good memories were all murdered. You know what I'm saying? Like the day Meek Mandela, you know, y'all buying that bullshit since he came out of jail, like he's whatever. But the day he, you know, put my name out there, you know, and it just blew up my whole spot.
The music industry revolves around the three principles: money, power, and respect. Aduda Quinn signed a horrible publishing deal with a $30K advance. He made no money or leverage and was at the mercy of Drake and Meek Mill, being powerless. Therefore, he wasn't respected. He was a young songwriter who thought his dream life was starting to begin, being a hit songwriter behind the greatest artists of our generation, but it just didn't pan out. Quentin Miller became the scapegoat between the Drake and Meek Mill beef and lost everything. Drake and Meek Mill have kissed and made up, and rather than Drake keeping Miller around and Dia drama still helping him to build his career, kill him fell flat on his face. These series of unfortunate events show how when you have status and power, many people are forced to respect you as you maintain a leverage. The public beef between Drake and Meek Mill, one of the most high-profile and divisive moments in recent hip-hop history, as two of the biggest stars in their cities, Toronto and Philly, went head-to-head in a battle that played out in diss tracks, social media posts, and other public statements. The beef ultimately came to an end in 2018 when the artist reconciled Drake's concert in Boston. The reconciliation became a positive example of how some of the biggest rivalries can be resolved. Thank you for your time. If you enjoyed this video, I recommend you watch the video tagged above. Follow me on Instagram at JaredStar1. Follow me on Twitter at StarWonder. I'm gone. Yes, sir.